If you're trying to lose weight but start every morning with cereal, sugary coffee or sandwiches, chances are you're getting in your own way. And the crazy thing is, most people have no idea they're doing it. Today we're going to figure out what breakfast should actually look like if you want it to help you lose weight. Do you even need to eat breakfast at all? Which foods should you avoid? And why do some people skip breakfast just fine while others feel awful within a couple of hours? Stick around till the end, because I'll show you a simple breakfast option that works for most people, keeps you full longer without constant snacking. Let's go. A lot of people still believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You've probably heard things like, skip breakfast and your metabolism will crash, you'll ruin your stomach, or if you don't eat in the morning, you'll overeat later. The problem is, most of these sayings have turned into myths. Your body doesn't care what time it is. All it cares about is whether there's energy in your blood right now. Animals don't wake up thinking, okay, first oatmeal, then coffee. They find food, they eat, they don't find it, they carry on just fine. And we're not that different. I personally often skip breakfast, my first real meal is closer to lunch, and I feel great. But there's one thing almost no one talks about. Most people have a standard breakfast, the same thing every day for years. Some have sandwiches, some have sausages, some have coffee and a croissant, and some have been eating cereal for a decade. And here's the huge opportunity. If you change just that one habitual breakfast, you automatically improve your eating habits for years to come. You don't need to overhaul your entire life or go on a diet. Just make one meal more balanced, and every day you'll get a solid dose of protein, fiber, healthy fats, and slow carbs. That alone makes a massive difference for weight loss. So what does a good breakfast look like? It's simple. I always talk about the plate rule. And breakfast is no different from any other meal. You need 4 things: protein, healthy fats, fiber, and slow carbs. That combination keeps you full, not for an hour, but for several hours, so you can make it to your next meal without hunting for a chocolate bar 90 minutes later. The ideal ratio: half your plate, vegetables or greens, fiber, a quarter, protein, eggs, fish, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, a quarter, slow carbs, oatmeal, whole grain toast, and a couple of spoonfuls of healthy fat, olive oil, avocado, nuts. My personal favorite breakfast is incredibly simple: shakshuka. If you've never tried it, you absolutely should. Basically, it's eggs poached in a rich tomato sauce with vegetables and spices. It takes about 10 minutes. Crack the eggs right into the simmering tomato sauce with garlic, top with fresh herbs, and you've got a restaurant-worthy meal. The eggs give you quality protein, the yolks provide healthy fats, and the tomatoes add bulk, fiber, and make it more filling. On the side, I always make plain rolled oats, the kind that take 15-20 minutes to cook, not instant packets with sugar and artificial flavors. Just plain oats. The result? A complete breakfast. Protein, fats, fiber, slow carbs, all there. After that, I can work for hours without even thinking about food. That's why I always say, you don't need superfoods or expensive supplements. Regular everyday foods work just as well. Now, another popular myth: lemon water in the morning. You've probably heard that you absolutely must drink a glass of warm water with lemon to kickstart your bile, boost your metabolism, and detox. But honestly, there's no magic here. It's just water with lemon. Nothing more, nothing less. Bile is released in response to fat in food, and there's no fat in lemon water. And temperature doesn't matter. Your body warms it up to your core temperature in minutes. Drink it if you like it, but don't expect a glass of lemon water to magically burn fat. Another question I get all the time: what about medication, especially from women taking oral contraceptives? Many are convinced that the pills make them ravenous and cause weight gain. In reality, modern birth control pills, when properly prescribed, don't directly cause obesity. More often, people blame the pills when the real culprits are diet, sleep deprivation, lack of activity, or simply excess calories. So don't be scared of modern meds just because of internet myths. Now let's talk about coffee on an empty stomach. You've probably heard horror stories that drinking coffee before food will give you gastritis, ruin your stomach, leach calcium from your bones. But current research shows that for most healthy people, plain black coffee is perfectly safe. 2, 3, even 4 small espressos a day are generally considered fine, unless you have a personal sensitivity, racing heart, anxiety, blood pressure spikes. If you don't have those reactions, no need to fear that morning cup. The real problem with morning coffee isn't the coffee itself, it's turning it into a dessert with syrups, whipped cream and caramel. If you drink it black, no issue. Another food that many people consider healthy for breakfast is fresh juice. It seems logical. Fruit is healthy, so juice must be healthy too. But here's the catch. When you eat a whole orange, you get fiber, diaz, which helps you feel full and slows down sugar absorption. When you juice it, most of that fiber stays in the juicer. What you get is a drink loaded with sugar that hits your bloodstream fast and gives you almost no satiety. And one glass of orange juice is several oranges that you'd never eat in one sitting, but you can drink them in under a minute. So my advice is simple. If you want fruit, eat the whole fruit. And packaged juices? I don't consider them healthy at all. They're basically soda with a health halo. Liquid calories are often the real reason people can't lose weight. They think they're not overeating, but they're drinking hundreds of extra calories every day. And their body counts every single one. That's why the first thing I recommend to anyone trying to lose weight is to track not just food, but drinks too. Sometimes that alone is enough to finally get the scale moving. Finally, a word for those with high cholesterol or at risk for cardiovascular disease. Very often breakfast is when people pack in the most fat. Bread with a thick layer of butter, bacon on top, a couple of sausages, a few eggs, all washed down with a sugary coffee. It looks like a protein breakfast, but it's really a fat bomb. If you have cholesterol issues, you don't have to give up your favorites completely. Just don't stack all your fat sources in one meal. Want eggs? Great. Then skip the bacon, butter and sausages. Love buttered toast? Make that your only fatty item for that meal. That way you automatically cut calories and reduce the load on your system. That's exactly why I love the plate rule I mentioned earlier. It doesn't ban foods, it helps you find balance. Protein, vegetables, a little healthy fat, slow carbs. No extremes. And that approach works not for a week or a month, but for years. Because weight loss starts not with restrictions, it starts with habits. If you make the right choice every morning, in a month it becomes routine. In 6 months you don't even think about it. In a year you wonder why it ever felt so hard. So don't look for magic foods. There's no breakfast that burns fat by itself, no lemon water that boosts your metabolism, no coffee that magically melts pounds, no juice that detoxes your body, and no single food that will make you wake up a kilo lighter the next morning. What works is a system. When you consistently get enough protein, vegetables, fiber, control your fats, and don't overdo calories, your body gradually lets go of excess weight. Without crash diets, without starvation, without constant relapses. If you're carrying a lot of extra weight and feel like you can't handle it on your own, come join our program. We don't make people starve or ban their favorite foods. We teach you how to build eating habits that actually fit your life. Every participant gets a personal coach who helps review meals, corrects mistakes, and supports you all the way. If you're interested, check the link in the description, learn about the program, and sign up for the next intake. And if you found this video helpful, drop a comment and tell me what you usually eat for breakfast. I'm genuinely curious what's most popular. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. I'm sure you'll find plenty more useful stuff there. Thanks for watching to the end. See you in the next one.